What is happening, everyone? We're live here, back with another board game playthrough of. This time we're doing Apiary Solo, the newest game from Stonemaier. And I got it last week. Full disclosure, got it last week, and I was missing an entire punch board, but no big deal here because the people at Stonemaier are awesome in their returning of stuff or their missing parts department, and it took a week, I think, maybe less than, to get the exact punch board I was missing. I could have still played, but I was missing about half of these tiles here, so I wanted to wait to make sure I had the full experience, and luckily I did, because the solo variant of this actually, as I'll explain through the game, kind of goes through these tiles pretty quickly, so you can see a lot of them. But nevertheless, we are here playing. Everything's going to fall out of this, but Apiary Solo. Space bees, basically. They are bees in space. And there they go. The already a good review of this game is there's a lot of variety because there's so many tiles, and there's more tiles that I don't have here. But this isn't going to be a full, it'll be a rules overview as I go, but essentially we'll be playing the solo version, which basically acts like the multiplayer version. I'll be doing the same things as I normally do, while the Atoma has their own deck that's very easy to kind of follow. I do have the Atoma rules handy, just in case there's a little snag here or there. I played this game a couple of times, so I kind of understand that. But for the reasons of solo, I have chosen the normal, that's like the level 2 version of the AI, and they're going to get these 5 bees here. They start at 2, 2, and 1, and 2 yellow ones at 2 and 2. So we're starting that with there, and then we have this strength. You can't really see this or much of the tiles unless I like hold them up and explain a little bit. But the game comes with an Atoma tile that has a 2 and a 3 on the other side, and depending on what difficulty AI you're playing, it tells you what a returned worker comes back as. And in this difficulty, they come back as a 2. So when they hibernate, they come back to their playmat as a 2. So they don't follow the same rules as hibernation per se. They will always have these 5. None of them are going to be off of the board, and they'll be filling up these spaces just as normal. The way the game ends is essentially every time you or the AI hibernates, one of their hibernation tokens or yours will go on these spots to gain the reward. And in a 2-player or a solo game, these 2 sectors are going to be, once these are full, the game will end. There'll be one more turn after that, but the game will end. And this says right here, this is a 3-player only, so we're not focused on this. But essentially, once these are full, we'll have one more round and the game will end. So what I've done is I set the game up as for solo. The setup is the exact same as a 2-player game. Again, the Atoma has their own docking mat here, which just has some areas to put things. So if you're interested in the solo, they have their own separate docking station here, with some spaces to put their tiles that they collect throughout the game. They have this deck of cards that essentially, I'll shuffle them again, but will tell you what to do with certain color workers, priority when it comes to choosing tiles or moving the queen, and specifically some priority towards towards resources, because there are 3 common resources in this game. There is water and some other stuff. There's definitely a key that tells me exactly what these are. If I could just flip this over. All right. So we have water, obviously, is the blue ones. The green ones are fiber. We have wax, is the kind of the brown ones, but not the. These are honey. They're little honey jars. And the wax, I'm gonna make a divider for this, but there's really no need. But the wax is kind of the same. It kind of looks like a Rolo, if you know those candies. It's just kind of a roly-poly one. So that's what the common resources are, or the three common resources are water, fiber, and the yellow one is pollen. The two kind of bigger ones are the wax and the honey, all of which are used in kind of their separate ways here. The pollen is used for the recruiting mostly. The fiber and the water are used for your getting your farm tiles up there. Your wax is used for developing your hive, and the honey is mainly, I think, if not only, used for carving. We'll go over these as we play. I randomly chose the this I don't know if it's called a, we know what it's really called. I should look that up. Hive mat. Yeah, I think it's a hive mat. Yeah. So I randomly, there's a bunch of hive mats. I chose this one, which is the log. Each of them come with different things on here, different bonuses and things. I do enjoy this one because it does have ways to gain workers back faster. So that this is a good way to, even though I start with, depending on the faction I pick, I might start with 2 or 3 bees already, and I only have 4. So if I place a tile on these spots here, I'll be gaining a bee. From I only have 1 kind of waiting in recruiting, but then the rest are just kind of regular resources I gain if I place a tile over it. I have you choose 2 of these and pick 1. I am choosing between the Cassie. And their ability to start is at any time I can convert 1 wax to 3 resources, which is a very cool thing. And I start with a level 2 and a level 1 worker. And if I upgrade the tile, which you do through researching, nope, you do through growing. If I upgrade, I also get 2 points per wax at the end of the game that I have in my hive. I also have the Ligu, which is this guy here. The non-upgraded side, I double the effect, but not the point value of all of these adjacent to this tile. So if I place things, if I place these tiles next to adjacent to these tiles here, I can double the effect, but I don't get the points. At the end of the game, you get points for all these tiles, but essentially all of these tiles come with instant effects that this tile will let me double. Also with this, it lets me start with 3 workers, so a 2, a 1, and a 1. So I might choose this one. I like the idea of doubling the effects of those. Those are expensive though, because I don't start with any wax, I don't believe. I don't start with any resources actually with this. So how you find that out is, if you look at the bottom ones of these, there's a kind of a green circle. So this one and then the one up there has a green circle. You start with resources that are in those green circles. So I would start with 2 wax because those are in green circles. Here, none are circled. So it's tougher to start out with I don't start with any resources with this one, but I start with 2 wax, which I can convert to 3 things. So I'm actually gonna take this one because I do like resources. And so what you do is you put these on there's a faction tile and starting tiles here, so it kind of slots into here. Kind of talk myself out of this, and actually it's a very good, put this to the side, it's a very good one to start with here because I'm only starting with 2 workers here. I'm going to start with a 2 and a 1, so I'll put those up here, and that means the remaining 2 are off to the side there. Now, because I have these 2 here, I can go here to gain them instead of going here to grow. So when you go to the grow action, you can spend pollen to gain a worker back from out here. Well, here I can do this a couple times, free, kind of free, but in addition to when I buy a tile and place it on these, I can get a worker back, which is awesome. So that said, I chose the tile, and you're going to fill in the green spaces with the specific resource. So I get 2 wax out of the gates. You just take those in the thing. Oop, that's a honey. Put them there. And it tells you I start with a level 2 and a level 1 bee. And then these guys, they're starting with a 2, 2, and 1. In the solo game, the AI is going to go first, and so they're starting off the score track. Second player, as I interpret it, it says they start at the 0 spot of the score track. Because I'm going second, I'm putting myself on the number 2 where it says second player right here. I haven't looked into that that's the right thing to do, but it doesn't say not to, and I think it's just kind of a way of a minor catch-up mechanism, something in there. So we're gonna go with that. But we're gonna kind of go through this game and see how it goes. It's pretty quick once you get used to it. I'll probably be referencing the AI rulebook in a couple of cases, but these cards kind of do the talking for you, which is pretty nice. Throughout the game, how they score points, the AI, they'll be collecting tokens from here. Don't necessarily give them points. They'll be collecting and then refreshing a lot of these to give them points, and the tiles will be worth some points. So, and then they're mostly going to be gaining points instead of actually taking things from us here. So this is us starting here. We have our hibernation tokens here, which we'll talk about when we get there, but we're just going to start. So what you do when you flip a card over, is if you've seen any Automa Factory work, it's a good system where I believe most of them have it, where you're flipping over one card and then addressing the top card of the card that's under this. So in this case, we'll be flipping over this card, and I will hold it up. It's going to be referencing this card here, but it's asking, do I have 0 or 1 yellow worker? I have 2, so I'm going to skip that. If I did have 0 or 1, I would retrieve all of them and get 2 points. If I have a 4 yellow worker, I would carve, which I'm not, so I'm going to convert. And then it tells you to convert with whatever number you have. You use the highest number that you have available of this color. So anytime it's always referencing a color. It's referencing the color of this part here. So I'm going to go to convert. So I'm going to take the highest worker, that's 2, and I'm going to go here to convert. And it doesn't do anything here, but it is going to score me or score the AI 2 points. So they are tied with me right now. Now I could get workers back easily. So now it's my turn. Now it's as simple as that. I don't have to worry about any of these because it didn't come into effect with any of these things here. So it's my turn. I have a 2 and a 1 worker. I at any time can convert one of these waxes. I can convert wax to 3 resources at any time. That's very good because I can go for these. And there's actually I like to focus on the advance because that's how you expand your hive. And at the end of the game, if you filled your hive up, you get 8 points. So that's pretty sweet. I'm thinking there's one right here. Retrieve 2 workers with no aging. So that's retrieving. It's not getting them from here. So maybe I wouldn't get this right now. Because this one also makes me collect 2 income, which I don't have anything for income. So maybe that's something I want to generate right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to first convert one of my wax I'm going to do 2 waters. Actually, I'm going to do a water and 2 fiber. And so you collect them on the side for now. Because at the end of your turn, all of these need to find a place for it, and anything you can't find a place for on your mat in these holds, you then can convert them to Queen's Favor, moving up here. Because I'm doing this before my turn, I'm just gonna do it anyway because I do have the space for it. But you do not have to do this as part of your turn. I'm just doing that because it just looks nice. But I am going to take my level 2. Well, I'm going to take my level 2 worker here, and here's why. So I'm going to go to the advanced action. The advanced action lets you grab these tiles based off of the number on the worker bee that you placed, plus the number of the worker bee here. In the case of me going there first, it's this plus 1. They kind of give you 1. And I put my 2 here because I want to go to this column. I could have gotten some, what does that one give me? You may retrieve. These 2 work in pretty good combo. but I'm not going to worry about this now. I want this guy. I'm going to grab this farm tile, and I'll show you. It's going to cost me 1 fiber and 1 water. And on the top here, you see where they're kind of like a 2 arrows pointing. Every time I retrieve workers, each bee can go to one of these farm tiles and get that income. So every time I retrieve workers, I will get some income. And the income in this tile specifically is 2 points. So in order to get this, I have to pay for it. So I'm going to pay 1 fiber and 1 water. And I get to put this anywhere here. I'm going to put this here. And it has to be adjacent to somewhere on your hive already. So I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to be getting, because I'm covering this here, I get 1 worker coming to me as a 1. So one of these workers are coming here. So you only gain what's on here. You don't gain this, but I do have another space for a wax, which kind of actually works in my favor because I'm kind of the wax faction, where I want to be able to store some wax where I can, because then that will convert to more resources. After you grab a tile, you got to take these and slide these down, and grab some more, and that's it for my turn. Flip over here to this card here. It's asking, does the AI have 0 or 1 yellow? And it has 1. So it's going to retrieve a yellow. It's going to retrieve all yellow and get 2 points. So we'll give it 2 points first. Now it's at 4. And when it retrieves the yellow, when it retrieves its workers, it takes them up by 1. So now it has a 2 and a 3 yellow worker. So it's quick enough for them. So you don't continue down the card. Once it does one thing, it doesn't continue to move down. So that's it for that. I have that. I got some workers here. I do kind of a bunch of things I can do here. I only have 2 1s though. So I want another tile. Tiles are always nice. I haven't really looked at these either. So these carved tiles are endgame bonuses. You'll get some endgame bonuses or endgame scoring points, objectives from here and in the research deck. So it's up to you to how you want these. But these are more expensive because they're kind of more lucrative. These carved tiles, once one's gone, you don't replace it. The carved tiles for the game are set at the beginning of the game, and there's a ton. So the variety's awesome there. So I'm not going to worry about these just yet because these are a little too out of my reach. But just something to keep note here. I can come here to get one. It's tough to come here to research with 1 card or with a 1 power worker because you would draw 1 card, keep 1, and discard the rest. I guess you would keep 1 of the 1, but I'm not sure about researching with a 1 value worker. What I do like is exploring. And exploring is kind of easy with a 1. So I'm going to go up here to explore. With explore, you move the queen ship as many spaces per the sum of worker bees up there. Right now there's only 1, and you have to go orthogonally, so up, down, left, right. So I can either move here, which would give me a instant bump on the queen saver track, or I can move up here and get 2 points and kind of stick with this guy. I'm actually going to go over here, and I'm going to get this queen's favor. So you just collect the token. There are a couple tiles, I think a couple tiles in the game or cards that require you to keep these. So that's why you store them right here where your gathered tokens are. So that will give me, you get that reward immediately. What you also do is then you grab the top tile of the deck and you put that where the queen bee is. And for any empty spots on that planet tile, right there, you can see there's 1. You choose the resource that goes there. So I'm going to choose a pollen because now what happens is once you place a resource there, some of these planets have more than 1 resource, but now you select one of the showing resources and gather that yourself. So I will go ahead and get pollen for myself and put it where I can. Actually, technically, it'll go off the board. My turn's over, and I make sure that I have a place to put it. So that's the explore action for me. Let's go to the AI. Do I have 0 or 1 gray? Nope, I got 3 of them. Do I have a 4 gray? I do not. I have 2, 2, and 1. So I'm going to research with this 2. I'm going to go here and research with the 2, and it's going to get 2 points. Simple as that. And anytime you bump, what's interesting, what's good about this game, and I haven't played, oh man, I haven't played it because I can't remember it. One of the Stone Miner games allows you to bump workers. So even though this is blocked by 1 worker, I could come in here and bump this guy. But when you bump, you then it then upgrades to the next number for the AI. In the multiplayer game, you have one of 2 options, which we won't necessarily get into. But I have a 2, or I have a 1 green. I got a couple of resources, but it won't help me with. I do have a wax actually, so that might help me. If I go to advance this, I can get as far as this because it'll be 2 plus 1. It'll be 1 plus 2 if I put the 1 there. I'll be able to get anything. I do like this here about researching, and I mentioned that I did. So I'm gonna, before I start, I'm gonna use my factions ability to trade this in. I'm gonna grab 2 pollen and a water. Because again, it's just faction specific ability. Oh, I can't do that. Well, maybe. So this is where it's interesting. So the start of my turn, I'm doing this. I don't have a place to put both of them. So it's a very interesting dilemma. Because this says, I'm going to make sure that this works here. Because my turn has begun. Trying to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. Gameplay, retrieve, elimination, boom, 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 boom. You can rearrange resources within your hive during your turn. At the end of your turn, you must discard any resources that don't fit in your hive. So I'm still on my turn. Even though they don't, I'm getting them now that doesn't fit in my hive. I'm still on my turn. So I'm going to then move this one here. So this one's going to be bumped down here. I have a 3 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this tile. It's going to cost me 2 pollen, which I will spend here from the ones I just got. And I can put this anywhere I want. Pollen's always good. Fiber is good for some things. I am going to grab I can get my other worker back, which is always nice. Maybe I'll just put this here. I don't know if I want my worker just yet. Well, maybe I should save this spot for a little later in the game. I'm gonna go here for a fiber. And I'm gonna put that fiber here. And this water can go here. This tile I got is I should show you. It's the pharmacist, and it is a research. And when I take the research action, I can retrieve 1 worker from the board. And collect 1 income. So retrieving a worker means just they come back to my mat. But I'm putting it here. Why I'm doing that is I ran into a situation a couple games ago where I had a lot of bees in hibernation and I couldn't get them out fast enough. Having the ability to get them out through putting a tile here might be beneficial to me. So with this, I'm going to slide these guys over. No 4 bees yet, but I might do a retrieve coming up next. I did that. Good. Now we're going to the AI's turn. Are there 0 gray bees? No. So we are going to go down to the next one. Is there a level 4 gray bee? Nope. So it's going to go to the advance. So it's going to use the highest bee that it has. It's got a 2. So actually what it's going to do is it's going to go to advance, and it's going to bump these 2. Now what happens when you're bumped, I can either take this 2 that was just bumped, upgrade it to a 3, and place it in my active pool, or I could keep it as a 2 and put it down here in my landing area for when I retrieve things, and this can be used to gain some income. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to upgrade to a 3 and get it ready to go next. When the AI does an advanced action, you look at the card here and it tells you it's going to take essentially almost as many tiles as it is number of bee worker. So it's got a 2 on there. It tells you it wants to take something from the farm and something from the recruit. Now what it does first is it will take 2 tiles and it will go to its scoring area here. So we're going to kind of make a little area here for tiles. They don't do anything with these. They just score them per number of tile. What they also do is they also take and discard from whatever column they just took from. They also take the middle row and discard them from the game. So if you played the Wingspan Solo, it's kind of like the one where it takes all the tiles away or all the bird cards away and refreshes the row. This is a good way of this game for kind of doing the same. It takes some tiles away, so it kind of refreshes them. It also keeps you on your toes because you want to, maybe you want a tile, but you don't know if it's gonna advance and take some tiles. So right now it basically takes 2 of these columns away, while scoring 2 of them later. So that's the advance action for them. Lucky me, I have a 3 here. This is very good. I could dabble in some of these plant cards. That would involve bumping that. But I also like dancing. But dancing, the way you teach a dance is you need a 4 to go here, so I have to wait on that. You could go to convert and trade some things, but there's a dance here that I'm looking forward to that might be able to help me get some more stuff. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Another wax. Maybe I'll take this 3. No, not yet. I don't want to go there yet. Actually, there's a way. So I can grab some cards. I'm gonna take my 3 and I'm gonna go here to explore. And what that's gonna do is I can move this queenship 4 spaces. I'm only gonna move it 2 though, because there's a token right here that lets me get 2 cards. So I'm gonna go move the queenship to here, bump this, and now I can show you a couple of these. Seed cards are pretty good. They're kind of 2 different things, and I'll show you one of them up close. Up at the top, you see there's a little infinite resource, or a wild resource in the top right. That means that anytime you could trade in your seed cards for 1 resource. Like you would discard one of these cards and say, I want to use that symbol and pay for something. They also give you a anytime ability by playing these at a certain time. At the top and at the bottom, you can plant them later in the game. It's upside down to get some points. The 2 that I just got, I can pay resources to move the queenship 1 space and explore that location. And you can do this at any time. So I could do this at someone else's turn, which is pretty sweet. And then I can also refresh the display of development tiles. And then I may purchase, ooh, that's nice. Then I may purchase a development tile for 1 less wax. So these are both very good cards to keep. Also, the endgame abilities on these cards. This one is 7 points if I don't have any of these tiles in my hive. So you can always expand your hive by having more of these tiles. So this is saying I get 7 points if I don't have any. And then this one is saying 2 points for every explore token that I have here. So that's already kind of 4-point card there. All this is open knowledge. You can keep these out. No, there's no take that there. But since I explored this area, I'm going to grab this. And we are at Cariopa. There's at least 1 empty space there. So I only deal with the 1. I will, and you put 1 of the main resources down. So I'm going to put another water there. This is a very water-heavy planet. And now I get to choose between, well, a water and a water. So I'm going to take this water and put it there. These will never go away. They're just saying it's a way to kind of build a planet, build a a system that you can go to get resources. So once eventually these go away, if they do, I can just visit Lammy to get a resource, or I can visit, say, Opa to gain a resource there. So it's pretty good. I don't know if I get both. I think I just get one of the displayed, and I'm going to double check that. Oh, you do get all. It says gain the resource and general supply as depicted on the planet. This includes resource icons printed. So yeah, you get everything on there. So I get 2 water, which is nice. And I have room for it. That's good to know. So if I come back here and add another resource to it, I will get 3. So it's a pretty sweet system right there. So I did explore. And I will, that's my turn. Go down to here. Are there 0 yellow? No. Is there a 4 yellow? No. So I'm going to explore. Now we get into a little bit of kind of the card definition here. So it's actually going to bump me again. So it's going to go to explore. It's going to bump my 1. I am going to keep this 1, or I'm going to turn this 1 into a 2 back on my mat here. And now it's going to explore 3 spaces in the direction of this S here. As you'll see here, it has a certain direction, and it wants to go kind of like this in an S. So it's going to move that number of spaces 6 times, which is pretty crazy. So you kind of have to make an S, and there's an example in the rule book of kind of how that does. But it shows like you want to move it in an S formation. This is kind of as you want to, because I'm still kind of wishy-washy on this, but I'm moving this 6 times in an S formation that goes like this. So I'm gonna go S, so 1, 2, and it can't go down here. So I'm gonna go 3, 4, and if it hits a spot where it can't, it goes in reverse. So 5. I think it says that if it hits a spot, I gotta put it back here for a second and read the rule specifically for this, because it is kind of the Explorer. Using the S-curve icon on the support card, move the queen ship along the path indicated until it reaches a planet that has not yet been explored, or until it has. Oh, so this is actually pretty easy. So it doesn't get hard until there's not many explored planets. But for now, the first one it's going to hit is this one. It hits a planet that hasn't been explored yet. So it's going to take this. It doesn't get the benefit of this. It just kind of puts them right there. It just steals them from me. It will explore a planet like usual. So we'll take this off of here. Here we have a rail. It comes with 1 fiber and 2 empty spaces. And how the Automa handles the empty spaces is it has to add a resource just like you do. So at the bottom of the card here, it tells you add a water. You're going to add a water there. It already made the decision for us. So that is that. It's not going to collect any resources. It's just going to put one down there and it explored for you. So it is my turn. I have a 2. If I go to research, I can retrieve a worker and collect some income of 2 points. I'm getting some higher workers, which is nice. Being able to retrieve that now would be sweet, because I'm in a position where I'm getting bumped a bit, and I do like that, because that means I don't have to retrieve. So I think I'm gonna, and I do like these. Oh, this is interesting. That's a very good one. Retrieve 2 workers, no aging though. That one says no aging, so I don't want that one. Oh, this one says refresh the row, then I can purchase one. So I won't even, these aren't in consideration for this one right here. So I'm not gonna worry about those just yet. I got some good resources to buy stuff. But I need space. Can't dance. I definitely can't dance. Oh man, the options are interesting here. Researching is nice because it lets me do this. I'm just gonna do that to see how that plays out. So I'm gonna go here to research. This will bump this AI. So now it is now a 3 gray worker. At the research, I draw X amount of cards. So in this case, I put a 2 there. I'm going to draw 2 cards, choose one, and discard the other. And oh, this is good. I'm actually going to key. Ooh, ooh, these are both great. So I have these are these two are I mean these cards are awesome. So this one has 2 things. They all have 2 things, but this one has it. If I just plant this card, it's 5 points at the end of the game at the bottom. Or I can play it any time to recollect 1 reward from the tokens I've collected. That's very good. And then this one gives me 3 points at the end of the game if it's planted down here. Or I can pay 2 resources to activate a 4 power bonus on any face-up planet. But there is none right now. Some of the planets come with a power that lets you, if you have a 4 worker up there, you can do something. So since that's not really there yet, I'm going to discard this one and keep this guy. So that's my research. But because I researched, I have a tile here that lets me retrieve 1 worker and collect 1 income. So I'm going to retrieve this worker. I'm going to make it a 4. And I can collect 1 income. So I'm going to collect this 2. Now, I didn't have to make this necessarily. I didn't have to turn this 3 into a 4. I could have kept it a 3 and kept it at the land, or moved it to the landing area, which is a thing to do. I could do that, but because of that power, I want to keep it up to a 4 because I'll be able to get these guys back a little faster using the faction abilities here, or the hive abilities. So I can only collect income from 1 place. All your farms are your income, and this farm gives me 2 points. So now I'm up here to 4 points. And I get to, these are some good ones here. Do I want to do any of these? Because you can use these anytime abilities, as many of these during my turn as I want to, and I don't think I want to yet. I have no need to get more resources just yet, so that's good. So I have 0 yellows. I have 1 yellow. Do I have a 4 yellow? No. So I'm going to explore again. So it's going to go up here with it's 2 yellow to explore. And it's going to move 5 spaces in the same S curve as before. So it's going to go this way here, and it stops there. I'm going to grab this guy, and it'll make this tile. All right, so here's a planet with a 4 ability. If you use a 4 worker to go to this planet, you can teach once dance and use it twice. Teach 1 dance and use it twice. So that's where this card would have been sweet, but maybe I'll go there now with this. I can't end up in the same space. Regardless, there's 2 empty spaces there. It wants to put a fiber down, so it's going to grab a fiber from the general supply and put it here. Because the queen can't end up in the same place it started, or obviously in the empty space here. So I can't go there yet. It would take a couple more explore actions for me to go there. It's my turn. I do have a 4 now, so maybe teaching a dance would be good. The dances are nice because it helps you get some things and converting. So I'm gonna go there because I do like that. Obviously 4 power. Each one of these has a benefit for going there with a 4, but I do like to convert here because you get to teach a dance. Now, what comes with the game, obviously, are a bunch of there's a few more of these tiles, but you put 2 out for this game specifically, and these are dances. And what converting does is it's basically bees dance scientifically, but you can come here to convert some things to some things, or you can teach your own dance. And when in a solo game, only you're going to be able to teach dances. You can only do one dance anyway, so I'm only going to be able to do this or this. But you get these chips that have every resource and everything on them. I do want honey. Um, and I think the easiest way to do it is to lose 1 point to get it, but that might cost me in the future. But I like the idea of losing 1 point to get a honey, because in retrospect, that might be good for the future of the game to lose a point to get honey, which I can then use to get end of game bonuses. So I like that a lot. So because I taught that, I'm going to put my cube here. And when you teach a dance, you go up a queen saver here. And then I first taught a dance, and I can perform up to 4 conversions. First one's going to be getting a honey. So I have two places for a honey. I do like that. And I could do a 1-for-1 resource swap. So I think I'm going to do these two. This is a good one to do because my faction can turn 1 wax into 3 resources. I'm going to turn in these 2 resources for 1 wax. So in the future, I can bump that up. I can turn this wax into 3. So I'm kind of gaining 1 from that. And then I'm going to trade 1 water for a pollen. And then can I do the same one twice? The same conversion twice? Because if I do, I'll get another honey. Let's go look if I can do the same one twice. Oh, so I don't. I'll double back on something real quick. Oh, repeats are allowed. So actually, what I thought here is this tells you who taught the dance, and I thought by doing it, by putting 1 here, I get a queen's favor. No, but if someone were to come around and use this dance, you get a queen's favor. But I also can use any of these multiple times. So for my last one, I will go down 1 more point to gain a honey. I just don't know how much honey I'll be able to come into in this game. So 2 is good because that will let me get anything on here that I want, which is sweet. And that's my turn there. So I did that. I think we're good. So I got 2 honey. I can go anywhere around here. Let's do it. Are there 0 grays? No. Is there a 4 gray? No. I'm going to grow. It's going to take this 3, and it's going to go to the grow action here, and it's going to gain 3 points. I'm kind of planning for the future here. All right, now it is my turn. I have no workers here. I don't have a way to get 1 back that kind of skirts the rules of the game, so I have to retrieve. So I'm going to retrieve them 1 by 1. I got this 2 here that I will turn to a 3. It's going to come here, and I'll get income right here from this farm tile, so 2 points. This 1 will come back as well. I'm going to upgrade that to a 2. I don't have another farm that would make me, that would allow me to gain income, so that's going to stay there. And I won't get anything from it. And then this 4 is actually going to hibernate. So the 4 goes back to a 1 and off the board. And then I take 1 of my hibernation tokens and put a spot here. I'll put it on a spot here and gain the benefit. I'm going to put it right here on this 2 spot because I like getting points against AIs. So I'm going to put that down there for 2. And also these work as a majority scoring. So there are 3 spots here. At the end of the game, whoever has the most of these will get 3 points. Whoever has the most of these will get 7. Whoever has the least will get 2. So that's that. But that's my retrieve. I could also do these if I wanted to. It's still as part of my turn. I could do these. I actually will do this. I'm gonna do this guy. This lets me refresh the display of these. So this goes away. Oh, that's very good. That's perfect. This is actually very good. So, and then it says I can get, you may purchase any one of those for -1 wax. There's one for 1 point that's very good that I want to get. This one is the exchange, and I can build, it's worth 0 points, but it lets me build any 2 recruit tiles for free. Any 2 face-up recruit tiles for free. First, I pick this. I'm going to put this here, which will gain me a level 1 worker here, which is very good. Then I get 2 of these, which is super good. If I grow, I gain a level 1 worker for free. So another way to get workers back. Whenever you hibernate, gain 2 points. And whenever you build a farm adjacent to me, gain 1 point. So that might be good. Yeah, I want this one. And whenever you hibernate, gain 2 points is interesting. I don't know if I'll do much growing. I don't really, I mean, you grow to get things back, but I think I just want, I'll get the insurer. Oh, that's a good place to put it. Shoot. Actually, no, that's fine. I'm gonna put the agronomist here. And that covers a water spot, so that gets me a water. Put to the side first. Then I'm gonna put this insurer here, which I'm gonna get a fiber for. And then you put them back where they go. You put the resources on the spot here. There's a reason why I put this one here, and I will show you hopefully shortly. All right, so that was a very good card to use. That was awesome. And these will refresh here, and we'll continue on. Is there 0 or 1 gray worker? There is 1 gray, so we're going to retrieve all of them. Retrieving this one is now a 4. This gray one up here is now a 3. And it says gain 2 points, so they're going to gain 2 points. And that's all their turn was. All right. Plenty of tiles. I don't have a 4 yet. But actually, right here might be good. So to explain what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put my 2 worker here on grow, even though I said I just wasn't going to do grow a lot, but here we are. I'm going to put my level 2 grow here, and I am going to, in any combination, you can use as, so the strength of your worker, 1 through 4, you can use, say I put a 2 here, I could do this 1 strength combination twice, meaning I can get 2 workers back if I spend 2 pollen, or I can use this 2 strength here and use all of my strength. So I'm going to spend 2 resources, 2 water to get a hive or little hive mat, an extension to my thing. Now this paper is not limited. I can put this anywhere I want. How this benefits me the most is I'm trying to put this around the insurer where this will gain me the most points, and I think this will be the way, because this insurer. Oh no, it's not what I wanted. Oh no, these are switched, but it's still fine. It was the agronomist that wants to be next to farm tiles. I'm going to put this guy here, so he has the ability to be adjacent to 2 more. So I have a ability to gain 3 points off this guy, which I'll take. It's not bad. So that goes there. And it also has some bonuses as I cover those. So that was my grow action. Nothing else here that I can do. I spent the water. I spent 2 water on that. And that's that. Do I have 0 yellow? I have 0 yellow. So I'm going to retrieve all the yellow and gain 2 points. So I have a 2 and a 3. It's going to come back as a 3 and a 4. The game is ramping up here. And that's it. So I can gain 2 points. Oh, man. So I have a 3 and a 1 here. What do I need? What do I want to do? I got some, I can go, I don't have a 4 to go to carve yet. Some farming tiles might be nice for some more income. And the income tiles here are all points, which is fine with me. I'm going to take my 3 here. Do I have enough? I do. My 3 worker bee, put them right here on advance. And I have the ability to get to pay for any one of these 2 columns. I want to go for this tile here because it has up to 3 points for every income, and has spaces for honey and wax, which if I can get this upgraded, I'll talk about that later. But this wants 2 fiber and 1 water, which I will pay right here. And I'll grab this. I don't get it right now, but I'm going to put it here, adjacent to this tile here, and I covered up a spot that gives me a card here. This isn't that great, but that's interesting too. So this card will let me either kind of go like steal any one of these tiles here for 3 wax. Like whenever during my turn, I can just do it. That's good if I want to do something else, but also get a tile from here on my turn. I can use that. And at the end of the game, I get 2 points for every active one of these, which active B, which could come in handy. I'll say that. That's not bad. So I bought that. I got my reward, and these will slide down here. Now they'll be doing some hibernating, I think. Or no, not yet, but are there 0 or 1 yellow workers? No. Does it have a 4 yellow? Yes. So it's going to carve 2. This is where it gets sketchy for me. So it's going to go here and carve 2. How it carves is it's going to use this S symbol here, and it's going to start at the top here and go like in an S motion here and back this way. So it's going to carve 2. So essentially it's going to go 1, 2, and take this top. And I do want to make sure it's that one because I'm always a stickler on myself for making sure I get the rules correct, so I'm not cheating anybody. It does start to go rows. Using the S curve along the number. Yep. Yeah, so it does start on the farthest left regardless, and it hits the first tile it hits, it's going to take. Or is it it hits the second. In this case, it's carved 2, so it's going to go 1, 2. So it'll do that. It'll take this tile, which score. Oh, it doesn't. This wasn't that bad for me. I wouldn't need it anyway. And this just collects it here, and that's its carve ability. Right. Then if it did carve 2 again, it would go 1, 2. So until it hits the second active tile in that case. Let's see. What shall I do with this 1 worker? I only have 1 now. Very interesting. I could bump myself. Do I need to? No. Should I? Maybe. Just a lonesome 1 here. But I have resources through getting wax. That's fine. Of all the cards I need, maybe start moving up this Queen's favorite track a bunch. So I'm gonna explore with this 1. Because anytime, yep. Just making sure I got some things down here. I could have researched and got someone back, but I'm not gonna do that yet. So I got the 1 there. I can only move 1 space because that's the 1 power worker up there. So I'm gonna move this guy up, the queen up 1. I'm gonna grab my token here. That lets me move up the Queen's favorite track 1. I'm now on 1 point. Pretty sweet. And now I get to pick a tile. Okay, so now there's 2 blank spaces there, but I only deal with one. What am I looking for most? Put a fiber there, put the queen back on top of that, and now I get to gain these. So I'm gonna do a fiber. Can I do anything else with these at the moment? I don't think so. I could turn this into recollect one of another queen's favor. That's probably not great. Um, oh, I could pay a resource to explore again. That's pretty good. I'm gonna cash this in. I'm gonna pay 1 resource to put that there. To explore 1 location, move the queen ship 1 space and explore it. I'm gonna move it here to get this wax. And so I get a wax off the jump. Which I'll put on the side for now. I do have a space for it, but and then this planet will come out. It has 2, and I will regain. I will put a. Actually, no, I don't want a fiber there. I'll do a. Oh, we'll do a water, and then that means I would get a water myself here. And this wax can go here. Now I got 2 wax, which is pretty sweet, and that was a good use of that card, I think. All right. It's now AI's turn. It doesn't have 0 gray or 1 gray. It has a 4, so it's going to carve 1. So first it's going to come in here and bump out its own worker. It's going to hibernate. So first you do is you take this back to its hive mat, and it will come as a strength of whatever you put down here. It's according to the rules. So it'll come back as a 2, and then you're going to take its hive token here. And in order of 2 things, whatever maintains its area control here, so wherever it has the most, it wants to try to get the highest reward. And then it goes from left to right. So right now it's considered winning this because it has 1 here and I have none, and it's going left to right, so that hive token goes there. So that's that. And now we go to the carve itself, and it's going to carve 1. Oh, and this would have been good to get. Oh no, it's not going to take it. So I got to come here. I got to get a 4 and come here real quick, because this is the one I want. That's a very good one to get. So it's actually, you're gonna look at this, and it's gonna go this way. So it's gonna start here and go 1. This is the one it's gonna take. I do want this one, so I have to get there with a 4 pretty quick. How I do that now is I have to retrieve, because I don't have any workers with me. So I'm gonna take this here, and I will turn it to a 2, and I will collect 3 points. I will take this one, it'll be a 3, and I'll collect this farm for 2 points, and this one will come back as a 4, and I have no other farms to take income from, so that's my turn. I could do something here if I wanted to, but these don't kind of jive with what I'm working with right now. And I'm hoping they don't carve again. They can't, because they don't have any 4s. So like, at least if you keep track of other people's tokens in a game, this one might be a good to know. Is in carve, you can only go there if you have a 4. And I'm looking at the AI, and they don't have a 4 here, so I know regardless of what's on the next card, they're not going to be able to carve. So I think I'm going to be fine with what I have. Also, that's a very good one too. I'm going to get this one instead, because that's crazy. Would I get 2? That's good too. Okay, never mind. Flip it. It has more than 0. It has more than 1 gray. It doesn't have a 4 gray, so it's going to go to advance. We'll take its 3, and it'll advance by taking a tile from the farm in the developments. Stack these here for now, and then it's going to also get rid of these 2 from the game. And then you fill these in. And if I weren't explaining these every turn, like I'd definitely be done by now. It's definitely an under an hour solo for sure. I think I've been live for just over an hour. But this is definitely falls in the under an hour solo category because you're not explaining every turn. There's definitely some thinky decisions, but you could get a game get this out in an hour for sure. What's good about me doing this on Twitch and YouTube is it helps me reinstate the rules in my own head, which is nice. They're not going to be able to carve yet, so I don't know if I need to go carve yet. There's a bunch of good tiles. These two are the ones I want. This one is 3 points for every blue tile here, so I can really start attacking the blue tiles. But this one says it's 3 points, or it's 14 points if it's the only one of these carved tiles I have. And that's interesting. Because I have the ability to get more than that. And I think with this dance specifically, I can do this won't be necessary at all. So I think I want to go for this one here. But I don't have to carve yet if I don't want to. It's just, I mean, there's no reason not to, I guess. Because I'll bump him and he'll get a wax. He's gonna have to come home anyway. I can't teach any more dances. I could upgrade the faction tile, which is nice. Oh, a lot of choices when you have 4s. I'm just gonna do the carve because that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm gonna bump his 4 gray worker. He's gonna go to a 2 and return to his mat. A hive token will go here as well. He doesn't get anything. No rewards are taken from here for him. And I'm going to carve. I'm going to pay 2 honey, which I have here, for this delegation, and that gives me 3 points for every one of these blue tiles. I'm going to put this guy out here, which gives me a card. This says move one of your hibernation tokens and gain the new bonus. So I could spend this to then move this to get that bonus. That's interesting. And then this gives me points per set of tiles that I have. These are good cards. I like these cards a bunch. But that was my carve. Do I want to do anything else? Do I want another card? No. Recollect something here? No. I could get more wax. Wax is good. Wax is good. Maybe this also gives me just 5 points though. I don't know if I'm gonna plant anything. I'm gonna hang on to this for later. That's that. All right, the last card for the Atoma, because there's no cards under this one before I shuffle. Do I have 0 yellow? Nope. Do I have a 4 yellow? No. I'm gonna convert with this 3. Convert with you always pick the highest one. So I'm gonna go here to convert. And I'm going to get 3 points. Or no, 1. The AI is gonna get 3 points. I just want to see if it ever uses the dance. I don't think it does. I don't think it'll ever use the dance. Oh, so this says right here, this is Atoma stuff, and I don't go back in my videos and add stuff. But when you teach a dance, this is specifically for the Atoma. If you teach a dance, you immediately receive a one-time benefit of 4 Queen's Favor. So I'm going up to 6 because the AI never used dances. So you won't get this bonus. When you teach a dance against the AI in a solo game, you get a one-time bonus of 4 4 bumps on the queen's favor. That is interesting. And I would have gotten 4 more points the last couple games I played. Rules. All right, so that's that. Did that with the stuff. All right, cool. Eeks. My turn, huh? I have a 3 and a 2. Another farm token would be pretty good. All those farm tokens are honey and wax, which is fine. That's 3 queen's favor for wow, that's good. 3 queen's favor for retrieving. I want that. So in order to get that, I got to put at least this 2 out here. I have to figure out how to buy the dang thing. It's going to cost me 1 fiber and 1 water. I have the 1 water, but I have 2 wax. I could also spend a card. I'm going to try to keep these. Actually, those. Yeah, the queen's favor is good because I want to. That'd be nice to keep. If I can retrieve a couple more times, that'd be awesome. I don't like this card. I don't know if I do or not. No, I'm gonna use this as my 1. You can spend it as a resource. So I'm gonna use that as my fiber, and I'm gonna take this card or this tile and put this here. It's a very good one. Then refresh. Maybe I didn't shuffle the tiles? I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't shuffle the tiles that well. There's only one way to shuffle them, but I just throw in a bag. All right, so that's my turn. So now when the AI only has 1 more card left, you just shuffle the deck and do it again. Then we'll flip over the first card here. Another 0 or 1 gray? No. Is there a 4 gray? No. So it's going to convert with this 2. It'll bump this guy, and now we have a 4 yellow. He has a 4 yellow. But it's going to get 2 points. Boom, boom. So I have a 3. I could force myself. I don't have anything to. I can't hibernate just yet. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8-point tile here for 2. I don't have the. I'm not a 4 yet, but I can get there if I convert some. It's basically doing 2 points to eventually get more than 2 points for this one. And I think I want to do that. So I'm going to go to the convert. So I'm going to fly this 3 worker bee here, bumping the AI's gray worker. It was a 2, now it's a 3. And I can perform up to 3 conversions. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to go down twice again. 1, 2. To gain 2 honey. That's 2 conversions so far. And I could trade a card for a card, which is interesting. But I like these. I don't need the wax. I think I'll keep it there. I could do 1 more point for another honey, but which would let me get that tile. Do I have a space for it? I don't. Oh, I do. I have a space for 2 more honey. Yeah, I kind of like this dance because I'm losing a point, but I'm going to be getting more points. So I just lost 3, but I have the ability to come back and get. If they don't carve, though, I want one of these. That's just all I want. I do want both of them, but I think they're gonna try to carve, I'm sure. So this is 8 points. This will be 7 points. So it's a. I'd rather this tile though, and there's no quick way for me to get it. But I go down one more point and get this honey. And hopefully he's not going to carve until I retrieve, but we'll see. Doesn't have 0 gray. It doesn't have a 4 gray, so that's good. It's not going to carve. So it's going to advance with this 3. Now it has a 4 gray because it bumped its own worker. This game's going to end very quickly. It's going to get a farm and a development tile to its own stack. And then, oh, it's going to get rid of these, the middle row. And then these slide. It has a very good chance of carving next, but I am going to bring back my workers, one of which is going to hibernate, and I will... I can try to go for this, but I think it'll be doing this majority faster than me. So I may as well claim this one. Claim the Queen's favor. And do that. It also has me refresh the farm row. That's what the ability on the hibernation comb said. It was get 1 Queen's favor and then refresh this row. I'll be honest with myself and do it. Sometimes I might not normally do that. So that's that guy. I have 2 more. This 2 is going to become a 3. And I will take this Queen's favor bump. This I will harvest from here and get 3 Queen's favor. So do 3. And then this 3 will become a 4. And then this 4, I will either, I have a choice of a 3-point income or a 2-point income. So I'm going to do 3. So I'm kind of dancing here with that. And that's my turn. I could do any of these. Do I want to? I don't have 3 wax. Not yet. I'm not going to yet. So that's that. I'm hoping... Oh, it's gonna carve. But which direction? Oh, that's dumb. It's gonna get it. Does it have 0 yellow? It does not. It's gonna carve 1 with its 4 yellow here. And it's going to start from the bottom. So it's going to go, boom, the first tile hits is the one that I was going for. So it gets that. Unfortunate, but it's still fine. I have honey, and we're good. Everything's fine. But it does have another one, so it might try to carve again with that gray. So if I want any points, this will be 7 points here, because I will have the most of those because the AI doesn't get them. So it's a free 7 points. But not free, I'm spending this 4. This will come back as a 2. It will hibernate here and continue this way. And I will carve by spending 1 honey. Get this 1 tile here. And where do I want it? Because those that needs to be a farm. This doesn't need to be. But if I fill this, it's 8 points. So I'm going to put this here. So by filling a hive tile, you get 8 points for that. So I'll put that there. So that is my carve action. And let's do this. 0 or 1 yellow? No. Does it have a 4 yellow? No. It's going to carve again. Dang. So it's going to research with this 2. It goes to the research with its 2. And it's going to get just 2 points. So the point scoring during the game itself on the track, minimal. It all happens towards the end of the game. So you don't score any of these until the end of the game. So it's usually I like this kind of game because you can't really keep track of everyone's score. So you just kind of, you should just do head down, see where you're at. This, obviously, if the further you get in that, will give you more of a buffer, but I'm still pretty confident, at least in this, with this difficulty, I'm doing okay. But I'm not sure. I do need another farm tile. That's a fact, Jack. Because I'd like to put a farm tile here to make this worth 3 points. Oh shoot! Whenever I hibernate, oh, I don't think I hibernated yet. Right here. So I didn't hibernate yet. I only hibernated once? That's interesting. Okay. Because when I hibernate, I get 2 points. I just have to remember that for myself. Oh, and it's whenever, this is not end of game. This is whenever I build a, I'm going to correct myself now just because I'm reading it again. Whenever you build a farm tile adjacent, gain 1 point. So I should have 2 more points. These aren't end game points. This is as I build them. So that's good stuff. But I think I do want to go out here and bump this there, and I have 6. So do I want to, I should get another farm tile. Yeah, I should. I do have enough for development tile, if that's better. Oh, yes it is. That's very good, actually. So I will. I think I might get this. Whoa. This is good too. These are all great. Okay, these are all super good. Since you can't really see, this would let me recollect from from all of these tokens. So I would get a wax, I would get 2 Queen's Favor and 2 cards. This would let me gain 1 wax for each blue tile I have. So I would spend 1 to gain 3. That's good. Because the wax is just resources. And if this tile, I think it's, if this tile is upgraded, what happens? 2 points per wax in my hive. So that's pretty good. I like that. So maybe farm's not the best because that's just 1 point move. This is making big moves. This would get me up to 6 points if I do this. Oh, that's very good. And this is retrieve all my workers and collect income for each. That's actually very good. Oh, no aging. No aging. That's what I want. I want this one. This is good too. All right, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to come here to development. I'm going to spend 1 wax. And I'm going to come out here. I do want that one over there. I'm going to come back for it. And I'm going to put this guy here. And I spent the wax. It says retrieve all workers. There's no aging. But I do get income from each. So I'm retrieving 2 workers. Oh, sorry. I covered this. So I get to gain one of these workers here. A 1 value worker. But I get 2 incomes. So I'm going to do this income here for 3 Queen's Favor. 1, 2, 3. And 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay. I see you. So now I have a 4 again. That'll be sweet. Yeah, these development tiles are very nice, but they're expensive. I think I know. Yeah, I think I know my next move, but we'll just let them decide. It's their move. They have 0 or 1. They have 1 yellow, so they're gonna retrieve their yellow workers, and this one is gonna be go from a 2 to a 3, and it's gonna get 2 points. I am going to, man, carving's also cool, but this isn't worth any points to me anymore, so I don't need to carve anymore. I'm gonna take this 4 and go to grow. But I can also come here and plant. Let's grow first. I'll have the ability to come back and plant. So I can do a combination of up to 4 strength of things here. First thing I want to do is upgrade my faction tile. What you do is you take your tile, you flip it over. Boom. Now my faction gives me, at the end of the game, I get 2 points per wax in my hive. So that's awesome. I still get the same conversion. I can convert 1 wax to 3 things, so that's good. I can get a worker back, which is, I think, what I want to do. I'll spend one of these to get a worker back at 1. And I have 3 more strength to spend. It would have to be getting another hive tile. Which I guess is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I could spend 2 resources, but I also don't. I think I want to play the hive. I'll have 1 resource. I'm gonna hang on to that wax, and not pay the resources because I still have some honey. Can I pay honey for something? What can I do with the honey? Now that I don't want to use it, can I convert honey to something, or is that over? I have this honey that I can't use. There's something down here though that says Queen's Favor bump stuff up with honey. Oh yeah, this is just saying you get +1 each for anything discarded. But I could move things around. So the honey's kind of done for me, which is kind of a shame. I can't convert it to anything. I can only buy that carved tile, which is kind of crappy because I won't get any points for it, and the honey's just kind of mucking up my board, which is interesting. The only way to get rid of that honey though is to get wax. Yeah, so that's interesting. I'll leave that alone for now. So the honey's just kind of staying there. That's okay. And that's fine. Okay, so I did that. And it's the other guy's turn here. 0 or 1 gray. Nope, there's 2. Is there 4? It's going to carve. There's only 1 more tile to carve, so it's going to carve this guy. This is where it's going to get its points. It gets 7 points per carved tile. Now there's no more carving to do. Let's see. I wish I could reverse. I wish I could reverse this carving, but because I can't teach another dance. Yeah, so that's interesting. But I have all this stuff, which is actually good. I want to come back here for you. I'm gonna go just use my 1. I'm gonna use a 1 up here at advance. There's 4, so I can go to this tile here. I'm gonna spend this 1 wax, get this tile. And it's gonna go here. And I get to gain 1 wax for each tile I have, or for each blue tile I have. So I'm gonna gain this. I get 3 wax. 1, 2, 3. That's good. And then that's worth a point at the end of the game. I'm fine with that. 0 or 1 gray. There's 1 gray, so they're going to retrieve all of them. This is going to be a 4. This will hibernate and come back as a 2. And that will go there. We're getting close. 2 more hibernations and the game is over. But this does have a 4 gray. It does now. What if it can't carve? Because there's nothing to carve. Oh, it can't. Well, it can't carve. So I think we'll just go down to the next one. Yeah. So it can't carve too because there's nothing to carve. So it's going to come down here and with its 4 gray worker and go to advance. And it's going to gain 1 of every one of these tiles. And it was going to gain this one because this should have been there. This middle row is discarded. Lots of tiles. All right, so did that. That's its turn. I should hibernate to get at least 2 points here. But otherwise I don't have any. So that would be good to go up here a couple more times. So I'm going to do that. That's interesting. Interesting hibernation tactic. It's not. It will not hibernate next. So I think I'm going to at least get this 3 going somewhere. So grab some resources. I'm going to move this guy here. Move the queen there. So I'm going to get 1 of each basic resource because of the thing I'm landing on right now. And then a tile will come out. And I'll choose... I don't think I'll be able to get another tile map, but we're going to go there anyway. And I put a water there. Okay, so that's that. That's my explore action. What are you doing? They have 0 yellow? No. You have a 4 yellow? Negative. You're going to convert with your 2. You're going to convert for 2 points. Use a 2, get 2. Now I'm going to come back. And so this one will hibernate. And I get to put this one here, which lets me gain any 1 resource. Or do I not want to? Because this would give me 3. Shoot. I'm going to go here to secure that one. Because that'll give me at least 3 points. Because I don't have if I don't have anything here, I'm not going to get the 2. But I at least want the 3. So that'll give me a card. Oh, I can convert 2 resources to that, which is actually very good. Oh, that one's good too. I've got to get back to planting. This one will come to a 2. And I will get income from this one. So 3 bumps on the queens. And then this 3 will become a 4. And I will get income from this for 3 points. Do I want to convert resources to wax? I do want to do that soon. if they hibernate next, which they can't. They will not hibernate next because they have two gray workers. It's not gonna have me recall that one just yet. I can do that on my next turn. So I do want to plant. I'm actually gonna plant this card. Or I want to plant this card. I'll wait to see what it does. Because I can do a bunch of stuff here. There's 0 gray? No. I'm going to advance with this 2 gray. And it's going to gain this one and this one. This is where it might actually get me. It's a lot of points on the... And then it's going to get rid of these two. It's fine, because I don't think I'm not getting any more tiles. So it did that. It will definitely... I mean, if the next card under this is gray and it all works out, it will. So I'm going to go take my 4 here and research. I get something from it, though, which is nice. Ooh, this is a good decision to make. When I research, I may retrieve 1 worker and collect 1 income, which I'm going to. Oh, I may retrieve 1 worker. Ooh. If I retrieve that, man. So how do I want to play this out? I still get 1 more turn. This is looking very good to me. 2 points per... This is a possible 8-point card. This is 6, and that's 5. Bring this 4 back for a second, because the game could end next turn, but I still get one more round. So I'm trying to squeak some points out here as best I can. It just depends what I want to do. Oh. And the best part about Solo is you're only APing yourself. You're only analysis paralysis yourself. I'm going to take this 1 and explore this to this 1 point, just so I can get 1 more point. And I'll flip this over, and it'll give me a resource. It'll have I'm going to put I don't have a space for... Oh, no, I do. I will put a water. Because now I'll get a water and a pollen, which I will use shortly. Do I want to... You're not going to come back, I don't think. So this is potentially 6 points. This is definitely 6 points. I say potentially, but... I'm going to cash this in now to spend 2 resources to gain a wax. And I'm going to cash this in to collect 1 Queen's Favor bump here. All right. 0 or 1 gray. There's 1 gray. It's going to retrieve the grays. This one will make the final hibernation. This one will become a 3 and get 2 points. And we each have 1 more turn, as I expected. Now I definitely want to go to research. So I'm going to research first, and then I'll handle this tile. But I'm going to gain 4 cards. I get to plant 1 at the end of all this. I know this will give me 6 points. I think. No, this is only going to be 4. Shoot. I have to keep one and discard the rest. Well, this is 6-pointer. So I do want to keep this one. I will discard the rest. And I get to plant one, so I'm going to plant this one here. Well, this is a good one to keep, though. So I could keep this. It doesn't matter. Regardless of what happens, I get to plant one, and then I could use the other. No, I'm going to plant this one. So this gives me 2 more points per every blue tile I have. So this is a 6-point card. Plant that. And because I researched, I get to retrieve 1 worker. So I'm going to retrieve this worker. I'll go to a 2. And I get to collect 1 of these. So it's either 3 queens favor or 3 points. And it's all the same when it comes to this track, so I'm that high up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to this track. And I think that's all I can do. This is letting me pay those to gain 1 of these, but I don't know. And yeah, this is I'm all set with this. Last turn for this guy. Does it have 0? Nope. It's going to try to carve with this. Nope. It's going to grow. It's going to grow. It's going to grow 2, just 2 points. Okay, so that's the game. There's no scoring book, so I'm going to pull out my board game BG Stats app. So BG Stats, I just played it last time, so I should have the Apiary with the Apiary Atoma, lock it in. We'll do the Atoma first since it's pretty easy. The Atoma gets, you start off with the points that it gets on the scoreboard up there. So it has 30 to start. And then you're going to give it the points for majority here. So it's going to get 7 points here. I'm just going to separate these tiles for a sec, because then it's going to score these tiles. This is where it's going to get, this is where it will probably kill me. It carved a bunch this time. So it's going to get 1 point for every farm tile that it has. So plus 5 points there. It's going to get 2 points for every one of these, so it's 6 points there. It will get 3 points for development tiles, so that's plus 9. And then it will get 7 points for these, and that's plus 28. I think that's all that it gets points for. Oh, it gets 3 points per explore token, so it's going to get plus 2 there for these 2 points each. Or 3 points each. So it's going to get normal mode, it's going to get 6 points there. So it got 91. So it was actually 3 points. I feel like it did better than last game, but 3 points higher than last game. So it's very consistent in that score. It's very interesting. So now it is time for me. I'm going to start with the 18 points that I have. I will add 3 points here for majority. I've filled the hive mat, so I get 8 points there. I filled one of the extensions here, so I get another 8 points. My factions ability is 2 points per wax, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's another 8 points. Then we'll just go tile by tile. So each one of the farm tiles is 1 point, so I have 3 points. This is, I should have gotten this. I hibernated once. I should have gotten 2 more points for hibernating, so I'm going to add myself 2 points for this guy here. This one will give me 1 point. and this one was calculated during the game. Then we'll calculate these ones. I will get 3 points here for these two tiles, and then these. So I'm going to get 9 points for this tile because I have 3 blue, and I will get 7 points for this tile here. And then this card will give me 6 more points. I think that's all I get. Oof. 76 points. A rough one, indeed. I thought I did pretty good, but I ended up losing by 13. And I think it was maybe because I didn't get enough tiles, or I didn't use the ones that I wanted for carving wasn't really that great. But yeah, that is, I'm pretty sure that's all the scoring unless I missed something, but I did not. I don't think I did. Oh, Queen's Favor. Whoa, I missed the Queen's Favor track. I have plus 13 points. That's not going to say. Oh, we're tied. Plus 13 on the Queen's Favor. What? Plus 6, plus 13. Oh, I lost by 2. Or, yeah, I lost by 2 points. So not bad. That's the normal, because I forgot to add these points down here for the Queen's Favor. I had 13 points here. I knew I was missing something. I'm like, I knew I was closer. So the Yatoma bested me 91 to 89. In the last game, I had 94. They had 88. So it's this is a good difficulty if you want to kind of learn. It's the second highest, or it's the one above easy. So highly recommended if you like it solo. It's a good puzzle. I could have you can have as many of these as you want on your thing. So I could have gotten more tiles. I spent my time a lot on this track because I knew I can get up there faster with this Queen's Favor tile here as income. So I knew I can get up there fast. And then I was able to upgrade this, which I didn't last game, but I was able to get some wax faster to get that better. So at the end of the game, 91 to 89, lost, but it was a great game, and I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and thanks for watching.